Source Networks proudly presents Command Performance with Amanda Marshall. Stay with us over the next hour as we hear Amanda in concert and conversation. Now, please welcome Sony music recording artist Amanda Marshall.
How you doing? Y'all right?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a Command Performance with Amanda Marshall. My name is Matt O'Neill, and we're on Leslie Street in Toronto at the beautiful Sony Music Soundstage, which in no small part was built by the successes of this lady, Amanda Marshall. You just sort of walk around.
I can't possibly take credit for all that.
Some of it, you just walk around, kick your feet, hey, get your feet off that.
Yeah, right.
What a wonderful song. Thank you for that.
Well, thank you.
Touched
Thank you
by
for
an
having
Angel
us tonight.
soundtrack, also from Tuesday's Child. Tell us, how did it end up on the soundtrack?
Well, the people at CBS were looking for a song that was appropriate for the subject matter of the show. And when they called me, I hadn't really watched the show. I didn't really know what the show was about. And they offered me another song, which Imani Coppola actually went on to cut on the soundtrack. And I was in the middle of making my record, and time being what it was, it just sort of fit that Believe in You had already been cut. So I sent it to them after watching the show, and I just thought it fit really well with the theme of the show. So they liked it, and that's how it ended up on the soundtrack.
We're going to be hearing a lot more music from Amanda Marshall coming up. You're very comfortable on stage, aren't you?
I am. I'm hot.
Very hot.
I mean, I'm hot right now.
Is she hot?
Yeah. I swear I wasn't fishing.
Did the comfort on stage develop early on? I mean, it was a musical childhood growing up.
Yeah, I mean, I was really lucky. I grew up in a house with parents who really recognized that I had an interest in music that seemed to be more than a passing phase, and they really made sure to kind of nurture my interest in it. And I think I realized pretty young that I was reasonably good at it. I think I kind of knew that I was getting a lot of positive reinforcement from the adults around me. So I was always totally comfortable being up in front of an audience.
And it's a good household?
My household?
Sure. I'm looking at these lights. I'm thinking, what is Amanda Marshall? What's Christmas Day look like? Christmas
Day. Well, I was an only child, so it was always the three of us, and it was kind of a small, intimate Christmas. But we always had a huge, colorful tree, and it was great. I got my first stereo, I think, when I was about 9. I remember that being a big Christmas. Oh my God, I don't have to get downstairs to play my own records. This is so cool. It was very cool.
And the first record you had?
I can't tell you that.
Yes, you can.
I think the first record I actually ever went out and bought was a Leif Garrett record. And it wasn't, it was made for dancing. It was a cover record that he did. Little known fact about Leif, big cover career. That's how I learned all those songs. They call me the Wanderer, yeah, the Wanderer. All right, it was hilarious.
Round.
There you go.
Tuesday's Child, you said, wasn't as pressure-filled as the first one, which is, I mean, the success of the first one, everybody knows how huge that was. And you would think going into the second record, there's a lot of pressure, but you've said no, it just wasn't that way.
I think there was pressure on the people around me. I think there's always pressure on the people who surround any artist who's making a follow-up record. I think for me, records are, I think, a lot like having kids, although I'm not a parent, but I expect that it's a lot like having more than one child, where everything the first one does is like a miracle. Oh my God, he's walking. Oh my God, he's talking. And then the second one comes along. It's like, yeah, your brother already did that. Really, we don't have any interest in you. So I think it's kind of like that. So for me, the real genuine pressure was as a songwriter, because I had never written with any kind of goal. And I really was out to satisfy a genuine curiosity within myself as to whether or not I was any good at it. So that was kind of a terrifying experience at the beginning, but I ended up being a lot better at it than I thought, and a lot more productive than I thought. So it was actually fun.
There was writing more, there was playing more. Mm-hmm. Was it a sense of wanting more ownership on the record?
I don't know that it was so much ownership as it was just wanting to find out if I had anything more to offer than my role as just a performer. I think that you kind of look around you and you see what everybody else is doing, and I tend to kind of think, well, she's already doing that, or she's already doing that. That particular spot is full. Maybe there's something different that I can do, and maybe there's something unique that I have to offer that I can bring to the table, and that's what I wanted to find out.
Surrounded yourself with some great people.
I did.
Off the top of my head, Don Was,
yes,
of course, on this record. His name is legend. Is the press right?
Yeah, in the liner notes of the record, I thanked Don for being as cool as I had hoped he would be. And sometimes it can be a letdown. Sometimes you meet people that you've idolized and, these icons, and they turn out to be sort of, made of salt. or whatever the expression is. But Don was great. We had a great time together. I met him during the recording of the theme for Tin Cup, which was a Kevin Costner film a few years ago, 3 years ago, I think. And I spent about 3 days in the studio with him, and he really sort of changed my whole perspective on what the recording process could be. And he brought a really kind of organic, fun vibe, relaxed vibe to the album.
Amanda performs live for us shortly. Also, a few more. We got some email questions on the way from all over the world.
Cool.
We're going to be reading to you tonight, quite literally from around the world. We'll be back with more Command Performance on Sound Source Networks. Command Performance with Amanda Marshall. We're on stage talking. Amanda going to be performing live momentarily. We were when we left, we were talking about some of the great people you've surrounded yourself with, and undoubtedly, just sort of a real celebrity culture you found yourself in, which leads me to an email question, and this comes from London, England. Fernando, what is your most memorable moment now that you are, wait for it, Amanda, now that you are a star?
My most memorable moment. Well, there have been a few. I mean, I don't think you ever really I hope that you don't reach a point where it all just becomes, kind of a blur. I mean, I think for me, I'm still kind of picking out the ones that really stand out. We just finished 3 months in Europe with Whitney Houston, and I grew up buying her records. I mean, I was 11, I think, when her first record came out. And for a singer, she's kind of it. I mean, she's kind of the pinnacle, no matter what the musical differences may be or whatever you think of her records or whatever. She was someone that I really grew up idolizing. And I got to sing with her, and I really got to know her a little bit. And for me, it was kind of a stunning experience. To me, I was a little bit staggered. And I think you have those moments where you're kind of 12 years old all over again. If you're lucky, you kind of, you're trying to be really sort of cool. And at the same time, you're extremely hypersensitive to the fact that, I had your posters on my wall.
You're talking about the touring with Whitney Houston, Europe. How were you received there?
It was amazing, and I was shocked. I was genuinely surprised at how well we were received. I was initially a little bit apprehensive about doing the tour, as flattered as I was that she had invited us and as much as I wanted to do it, just because sometimes you don't know who an artist's audience is going to be in Europe versus their audience in North America, because sometimes there's a big difference. And I didn't really know who would be coming to her shows. But what I found was that her audience in Europe seemed to be sort of the equivalent of my audience in North America. It was a real cross-section of people. And we just had a great time.
We have confirmation of your memories of that. Email from, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Kessie in Nuremberg, Germany.
Oh, my goodness.
Right. Do you think there will be a live album in the future? I enjoyed your concert in Nuremberg so much. What would I do if I didn't have you? See what he did there?
I see what he did there. I think we're going to be back in Germany, as a matter of fact, in February. We're going back to Europe for a little while in the new year, and then we'll probably be in the U.S. for a little while, probably come back to Canada, so we'll see how it goes. But I think we're heading for Germany probably in February.
We're in conversation right now. The Amanda Marshalls will be performing live one of the songs, If I Didn't Have You. And now, I saw this on a fan website, so you'll have to confirm or deny. Okay. Quoted as saying that you said the greatest thing was to make your mom cry. Musically speaking, but I guess if you're too moved to finish a take, that's a good thing too. Did that happen in studio?
My mother hates it when people bring that up. She's going to whoop your butt after this is over. Yeah, I mean, I think what I was getting at is it's really hard to be moved by the sound of your own voice sometimes, because I saw Aretha Franklin on TV recently, and somebody asked her, when you sing with other people, particularly female singers, are you aware that you are what they all aspired to be when they were growing up? Do you feel that sort of special? And she said, no, it's just me. It's coming out of my mouth, and it's just me. I mean, I know that I'm okay, but it's just me. And I think a lot of people feel, I certainly do, I feel that way. I feel sort of, it's just me. And no matter how moved everybody else is when you're listening to the take back in the studio, or when you sing a song live, you kind of still think, well, it's just me. If I Didn't Have You, I think is special in that regard, because it's the most moved I've ever been by my own performance. It's the most invested I think I've ever been in anything when I was actually performing it.
Well, it must be gratifying if you feel that way about the song, and you have to recognize the fact that the song seems to have struck a chord with everybody.
I'm so glad.
It's a powerful song.
Well, thank you.
We want to continue to talk more about touring. Where are you going to be next? We've got a lot of emails from throughout the States and such. What are your plans? Canada as well?
We're taking a little time off for Christmas, and then January, I'm not sure what we're doing. I think we might be back in the U.S. for a little while, not sure. And then February, we're going back to Europe. And then, I don't know, I think we'll probably be back in Canada, probably in March sometime.
And you like touring?
I love touring. I'm really, really lucky in that regard. There are a lot of performers who like making records, but they hate being in the studio, or they hate being on the road, and people who love being on the road and hate being in the studio. And what I found with this record was that I was really able to kind of develop my my love of both.
You don't lose, you don't feel you're rootless, if you will? 2.5 years on the last one, wasn't it?
It was a long time. Yeah, it was. It was a long time. No, I mean it's a little bit nomadic, and I feel a little bit like a gypsy, but you get over it. I mean, I'm young, and I'm lucky. I'm not particularly tied down to anything in specific. And I kind of get to take my whole life on the road with me, and I genuinely like the travel. I love being in different places. I love waking up in a different town. I don't find it as boring and as grueling, I think, as a lot of people do.
Well, let's stop talking about it. Let's hear the music, okay?
Okay.
We're going to take a break. We're going to be back with it, but I'd like to close our conversation, which we are all grateful for, with one last email question from Julie. If you, Amanda, had to describe the influence or inspiration behind your music with one word.
Oh, good grief.
That's 2. What would that word be?
What was her name?
Julie.
Julie, I'm coming to your house. It sounds terribly, terribly, terribly trite, but I'd have to say love, only because I have a genuine enthusiasm for this, and I really love singing. I love what I do, and I think I'm drawn to it because of that, because it makes me feel good, and because I think hopefully it sort of makes other people feel good.
We are going to love to hear you live momentarily. We'll be back with more Command Performance on Sound Source Networks.
Somebody told me once in a lifetime, destiny finds you and blows you away, spins you in circles, pulls you in pieces, leads you like Jesus and goes on its way. But it's oh so simple sometimes, just to lay your heart open wide. If you wanna get to heaven, then you gotta take the ride. Love lifts me wherever you are. Convince me I'm safe in your arms. Love lifts me, make sense of it all. Teach me to fly and don't let me fall. Somebody told me love makes you stupid, makes you go crazy, makes you go blind. It comes uninvited and leaves when it wants to, calls you in midnight and ties up your life. But it's oh so sweet when it's right, and you swear you won't, but you might. Gotta fumble in the dark if you wanna see
all to our little concert here this evening. Thank you for all coming. It's lovely to see you all again. We've been out of the country for far too long, and it's lovely to be back in Canada and playing for you all once again. We're going to continue on here with a song off the new record. This is called Why? Why Don't You Love Me?
Why am I lonely? You're sitting right here. And why am I talking? It's like I'm talking to the air. And what am I looking for that just isn't there? And why am I angry? And how did it get so bad? And why am I missing what we never really had? And why don't you love me the way I love you? And why don't you feel things as deep as I do? We've got a fundamental difference. It matters of emotion, but I need to feel you need me like a river needs an ocean. Baby, why don't you love me? Who am I kidding, baby? It wasn't meant to be. But you wanted a believer, and I needed to believe. For every wall you built around you, I learned a brand new way to climb. And if I could have been your angel, I would have found a way to fly. So why don't you love me the way I love you? And why don't you feel things as deep as I do? We've got a fundamental difference. It matters of emotion, but I need to feel you need me like a river needs an ocean. Baby, why don't you love me? I don't understand you. What's it take to make you cry? And if leaving you don't break you, then baby, what's it matter what? Why don't you love me the way I love you? And why don't you feel things as deep as I do? We've got a fundamental difference. It matters of emotion, but I need to feel you need me like a river needs an ocean. Baby, why don't you love me? me for the very first time. She thank God I looked like my daddy. And I never quite knew just what she meant, but I knew she was a little too happy. And now I see you can change your stubborn mind. You can see the world in your eyes are blind. What does it matter anyway? In our darkest hour, all just shades of gray. They got married in a tiny chapel in 1965. Malcolm X was on the radio when he took her as his wife. She looked so pretty that September day. Her older brother cried as he gave her away. The minister looked like he didn't know what to say. And he spoke. You can change your stubborn mind. You can see the world in your eyes are blind. What does it matter anyway? In our darkest hour, all just shades of gray. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, And when my grandmother held me for the very first time, she thank God I looked like my daddy. And I never gave a damn just what she meant, but I knew she was a little too happy. And now I see you can change your stubborn mind. You can see the world in your eyes are blind. What does it matter anyway? In our darkest hour, all just shades of gray. In our darkest hour, all just shades of darkest hour, all just shades of gray. Hey, hey, hey. It doesn't matter anyway. Don't give a damn, don't give a damn, don't give a damn what they say. We're all just shades of gray. We're all just shades of gray. Shades of gray. Monday's child is fair of face, and Tuesday's child is full of grace. Monday's child is fair of face, but Tuesday's child is full of grace.
Thank you. This is a song called Ride.
from a world of tribulation. Tell me your destination. I'll be alright. If you're out of inspiration, all you feel is desperation, consider this an invitation. I'll be alright. We'll get a running start, and we'll take to the sky, baby. Right. Keep your hands on the wheel and your eyes on the prize and ride. Hey, hey, hey. And when the world that you've created has got you feeling tired and jaded, get your spirits elevated, dig down way deep inside. And when you're feeling scorned and hated, underappreciated, and your guiding light is faded, I'll be alright. We'll get a running start, and we'll take to the sky, baby. Right. Keep your hands on the wheel and your eyes on the prize and ride. Oh yeah. And when you can't decide, oh baby, let it slide. They don't remember, and when your mail says return to sender, keep the faith, baby, don't surrender. I'm on your side, and I'll be yours. I'll be yours. I'll be alright. We'll get a running start, and we'll take to the sky, baby. The wheel and your eyes on the prize, baby. Right. Get on running start, baby. Take to the sky. Right. Keep your hands on the wheel and your eyes on the prize and ride. And ride. Tell me your destination. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, 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 oh. Na 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 na. Sometimes in our lives we all have pain and we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. So swallow your pride if I have faith. You need to borrow.
Thank you.
Till I was thinking of you. I don't remember a thing before I opened my eyes and you came into view. I don't know what I was doing when there was nothing to do. Must have been waiting for someone, baby. Now I can see I was waiting for you. I get on the side just to see you. I beg, I would borrow and steal. I cut off my hands just to touch you and tear my heart so you know how I feel. There's no way that I wouldn't follow. There's nothing that I wouldn't do. 'Cause I wouldn't wanna be me if I didn't have you. Driving myself to distraction until you got in my way. I was just whistling Dixie till you struck up the band and they started to play. I don't know how I was living until you came in my life. I always knew there was something wrong. Then you came along, baby, you made it right. I'd get on the side just to see you. I'd beg, I would borrow and steal. I'd cut off my hands just to touch you and tear my heart so you know how I feel. There's no way that I wouldn't follow. There's nothing that I wouldn't do. 'Cause I wouldn't wanna be me if I didn't have silence till I was hearing your voice. I couldn't see my way clear until you parted the clouds and you gave me a choice. I couldn't pick up the pieces till I was falling apart, and I didn't know I was bleeding till your love fixed this hole, baby, here in my heart. I'd give on the side just to see you. I'd beg, I would borrow and steal. I'd cut off my hands just to touch you and tear my heart so you know how I feel. There's no way that I wouldn't follow. There's no place that I'd rather be. This life without you
coming out tonight. I hope you guys had a good time. And I want to say a big thank you to all our friends who are listening to us on the radio right now and all the people who are watching us on the internet. We thank you for joining us this evening, and I hope you had a good time. We will see you all soon. Have a safe and happy holiday and a fabulous year 2000. We will see you soon. This is Birmingham, everybody. Peace. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Virgil Spencer's got a 19-inch Hitachi, and any demons lingering. And Friday night he pulled a gun to change the channel, something that he picked up from the king. And his wife remembers well the man she knew. It seems the dream she had of all time black and blue, and she's wasted years. No time for tears, 'cause there's another chance, and someday soon, shining like the Alabama moon, she's looking for her promised land. It's all beyond the lights of Birmingham. Well, it's 3 a.m. and Virgil's passed out on the sofa, a fifth of Jim Beam on the floor. And she's packed her bag, she slips the keys out of his pocket, and she's careful not to slam the door. And as she drives, she rubs her rosary. Oh yes, she does. Never been so all alone, never felt so free. She got miles to go. Blind faith and hope. Shining like the Alabama moon, she's looking for her promised land. It's out beyond the lights of all but washed away. She takes one long look back at Birmingham. Another time for you, and a someday soon, shining like the Alabama moon. She's looking for her promised land. It's all beyond the lights of Birmingham, 'cause there's another chance, and a someday soon, shining like the Alice, shining, shine, and she's looking for her promised land. It's all beyond the lights of, oh yeah, Birmingham. Someday soon, I'm packing up someday soon. Yeah, yeah, someday soon. Hey, hey, yeah. You know it's only a matter of time before she wakes up and changes her mind. You know it's only a matter of time before she wakes up and tells him bye-bye. You know it's only a matter of time before she wakes up and changes her mind. You know it's only a matter of time
But she wakes up and tells him goodbye. She's moving on. Oh yeah, she's moving on. Hey, hey, yeah. She's moving on. Hey, yeah. Hey, hey, yeah. You know she's moving on up to the east side, to a deluxe apartment in the sky. You know she's moving on up to the east side, 'cause she finally got her piece of the pie. You know fish don't fry in the kitchen and bees don't burn on the grill. It took a whole lot of trying just to get up that hill. But now she's up in the big leagues, getting her turn at bat. As long as she lives, there's only her baby.